Hi guys, welcome to The Voice of Healing. My name is Ellis. This is a program called Second Chances, and today I have an extremely wonderful guest. His name is Godchild. He is a rapper, he is an actor, he's a man of many talents. And I'm so honoured to have him on this very first podcast. We're talking about many different things, a plethora of different things, from mental health to sports, to dealing with situations, to how we go about in actually coming head to head with our fears, anxieties, worries, and dealing with it. You know, for example, setting up this podcast, it's always a challenge, right? Because the first time, and so the brain and the psyche is experiencing emotions for the first time. How do you go about in doing it? How do you go about in being able to center yourself, put yourself in a position of, calmness, put yourself in a position of presence where you can just be in the moment? And this is what we're hopefully going to try and unpeel and unpack, if you like. Without further ado, I want to introduce my dear friend, VS Godchild. Godchild, so tell us about yourself and, how did you first start music?
Well, when I was younger, my mum introduced me to music. She bought me a couple CDs. She bought me a Michael Jackson CD, a Beatles, and an Elvis CD. And then from then I just fell in love. And my mum's a scientist by trade, but when she was doing a degree and a master's, she used to work at different jobs, and one of them she used to work at concerts, and she used to always take me along to the concerts. So then from then I just see people performing, and I thought, yeah, this is something I want to do.
And so that led you on this journey to finding yourself and finding music. Mm-hmm. And so how do you implement your music within your life, or your life within your music? How do you how do you match it? How do you make it of any
well for me it's like I just put my music first. So like whatever I'm doing, I put my music first. It's like family first, but then I do my music, Mm-hmm. So I just always make time for it, and for me it's like my superpower, it's my healing. So that's how I get my healing, through the music, So yeah, I just make sure I put time into it and get it done. Yeah.
So because the whole premise of this Voice of Healing really mm-hmm. is because it's all about men's mental health.
Yeah.
And in today's day and age, we see a prevalence of mental health issues. I don't know if you look in the social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's all about people committing crimes or mental health. And did you know that suicide is the #1 cause of death amongst men under 50? And so that really, when I read that, that was really a shock to me, because I thought to myself, okay, what is making men come to a point where they want to end it all? They want to end it all. They're absolutely fed up with life. And you know what? I've been there. Heavy depression, to a certain degree. So many issues in my life, and I've overcome. But still, the journey's not over. So this is a program where we are interactive. So it's actually, I'm going through things, but you know what? You've got to be strong. You've got to be powerful. You've got to trust in God. And I'll tell you what, the scriptures are so important. And this is why, hence, I'm a Christian, first of all, because I believe that once you fill your mind, and this is what we're going to be dealing with, the men who are going to be getting involved with us, is certainly, the mental state. When you leave your mind empty, then you create a space for the negativity by default to come. So how do you deal with music as it pertains to mental health? You say your message in your music is to feed people, to give people.
To uplift people. So to give people so people go through different stages, as you say, in life. So it's just when I put my music out, I hope that it helps people cope with life in different ways, Mm-hmm. So I put my heart and soul into the music, so people feel the music, whether they listen to hip hop or R&B, what I do, they feel it in some way. So it just helps people. It's like a tool to help people to feel good, or like when they feel bad, to know that it's not that bad and it's going to pass, So yeah, it's like a healing thing.
This too shall pass. So we've heard that many a times. Yeah, it's important, because how I see it as well as an actor. Everything that I do as it pertains to acting, it has to correlate with my life. Yeah. So, for example, when I'm, writing, for example, I'm aware of everything. So this is why it's so important to keep your mind active, right? Wow. Because once your mind is active, you have no space for anything else.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Definitely. I think it's important to us to be moving, to be present in the moment, and to be moving, to be doing something, and showing like love and compassion. Love and compassion,
yeah. And do you feel that the world is giving love and compassion, especially for men, because men really are, we're expected to do a lot.
Yeah. But
men are expected to do a lot.
I feel like it's like it depends who you are and where you're looking. Like in a sense, like, and I think it's all about, for me, is what I've learned in my journey is all about like yourself, as in how you treat yourself. Like, so let's say, for instance, if you treat yourself good and you're positive and you're full of love, then you will attract that energy back to you. So I feel like, it's kind of like that, so it's how you treat yourself is how your world becomes, in a sense, and how you think, the things you talk about, the people you surround yourself with, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say energy, because, we are energy. Which kind of brings me back to the fact that we are spiritual beings, and I think that a lot of men and women and people all around the world, in fact, are struggling with their energies. A lot of negative energies are being placed out, a lot of positive energies are being placed out. Would you say that we should run away from the negative then and embrace the positive?
I don't think you can escape any of them. They're both there, but I think it depends. So I kind of see it as like life is like a roller coaster. So it's like life's gonna go up and down. It's like the yin and the yang. So I think you have to embrace both of them. And it's like there's two people in life. There's one person who, like, on the roller coaster of life is like putting their hands up and saying yes, let's go, and the other person is like scared and like curling up, So I don't think you can. I don't think you're going to be faced with both of them, whatever you do. Like, so you're going to get negatives and you're going to get positives. So I think you just have to like learn how to enjoy the ride as it goes, or stay neutral.
Yes, exactly.
And try to be as balanced as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Which comes with like working on yourself, like So and I think you kind of got a choice to be like, okay, I want to be more like a positive person, or I want to be more like a negative person. But some people don't give themselves that choice to have that pick, and they just kind of going on co-pilot, kind of just running. And especially we live in a world now where there's so much distractions, like social media, stuff like that. So and we learn by the things we come encounter with. So the things we touch, the things we smell, the things we watch, the things we hear. So if you're just on your phone all the time, getting all this knowledge, that becomes your reality,
It's very important that you say that. So, how do people actually then deal with what kind of coping mechanisms would you give out to our audience as someone who, as you talked quite rightly about the negative and positive, that you can't escape it. What kind of message would you give, and how do you cope? Because I'm presuming that you go through negatives and positives.
Of course.
As well.
Okay, so for like I said, me is like, I'm big on nature. So like I like go to nature a lot, and my music and my loved ones, and I try to fill my heart with love. And stay positive and just understand is life, and it's like the creator doesn't make mistakes. So it's like I heard something once. It's like things don't happen to you; they happen for you. So it's like, so with that kind of understanding, you understand that okay, cool, is that you have to go through life, and it's like. And I think the mistake, what some people, not even a mistake, some things, what people do is like everyone's kind of searching for joy and pleasure, and in one way or another, but that's like a fake reality, because it's like to explain that, it's like you don't really hear people when people are like happy, you don't hear no one saying, oh, why am I so happy? Why am I so happy? But then when they feel the negative emotion, they're like, oh, why am I so sad? You know? So, but they're kind of like the same thing. You have to embrace both of them, you know? And it depends. One person will look at something and like a bottle of water, someone could look at a bottle of water and say, I don't drink water, I want a fizzy drink. And the other person will look, I don't drink fizzy drinks, I want water. So it depends how you look at the object, you know, and the emotion, you know.
Half full, half empty kind of thing.
Yeah.
I noticed you touched upon families as well. So I'm presuming you have a family. What would you say to people who do not have families surrounded by them? Because that's one of the issues that I've been researching as well, is men who have, you know, certain issues that have affected their lives. For example, divorce, breakup, drugs, alcohol. As a matter of fact, in Colchester, the highest rate of misuse of drugs is actually the men in Colchester, which is quite outstanding. I mean, we live close to Colchester. So what information would you give to, you know, someone who doesn't have that supportive environment in terms of a family?
I think then you have to first go to yourself. Like, you know, yeah, I've got my family, but first I work on myself, and I think is self-development. I think that's really important for men and for women, you know, so like self-development. So to always be aware of yourself and take accountability for everything that happens to you and things that you go through. So yeah, try to be aware of your actions, the things you say, the things you think of, and the food you eat, the substances you put in your body.
Yes.
Like so like me myself, I used to like smoke before, but I quit. I used to drink occasionally alcohol, but I quit.
Right.
You know, so I think like try to keep all the poisons out of your body, you know, and like I'm not really the one to try to balance out, okay, which one is worse and worse. I feel like whether it's smoking, drinking, sugars, or I think they're all the same poison, but just in different forms, you know. So try to balance out what goes into your body. I feel like your body is your temple. So if you can look after your body will look after you, and the universe will look after you as well. So I feel that's an important thing.
That's right. It's important that you touched on, you know, self-empowering and self-development. I think that's so important for men to really go within themselves. And as a matter of fact, we actually do have a program. We're setting up programs with psychiatrists and psychologists as well, where they're going to be informing us on how to really deal with certain situations in our lives that may face us, and certain programs that we can actually take on board and implement into our daily lives. So keep ahead of that, because we're going to be really posting some very, very important stuff and information for men, young men as well, 18 upwards, to help you cope through this situation in life and navigating in a very, very calculated direction and an effort. So you was talking about self-development and also the environmental, you know, afflictions that we can get and you know, pollution and stuff like that. What's your daily routine like?
My daily routine, it's quite simple. I eat good, I make music, and yeah, it's pretty much alright. Like I try to eat good, look after myself, and promote my music, spend time with family. Yeah, so I keep my life quite simple in a sense, you know, like within even the food I eat is kind of simple. Yeah, it's quite. I don't really live like a busy life in the sense. Well, I'm busy because I do make loads of music and stuff like that, but like I don't go clubbing or bars or restaurants and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just, when I'm not out promoting my music, then I'm in the studio.
So as it pertains to masculinity, because this is one of the things as well that, you know, men reach 18 years of age, their voice starts to break, they start breaking out in hairs all over their face, and you know, they feel like they can take on the world, testosterone, overload rather. So you're a big guy, so how tall are you?
I'm 6'9".
So you stand next to me, and I'm 6'3". You make me look like a midget. What's your experience of being a quite a tall guy, a tall black guy, walking around the streets, being like, how do people respond to you?
I feel like I carry myself good, so I get that response back. So yeah, I'm tall, I'm big, but I don't carry myself in a violent way.
Right.
So I get that response back, you know. And yeah, people like always get, oh yeah, you're tall, this and that. But I'm used to it. I've had it my whole life, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's cool.
I used to get that in Germany when I used to walk around. Like I'm quite a dark-skinned guy, and I'm a tall guy as well. So and a lot of Germans are not, especially where I used to live, they were not that tall. And they always used to stare at me, and I carried myself. I think it's very important, especially for the youngsters out there, how you carry yourself, right, is very important on how people perceive you. Would you like to touch on that, on you know, how you carry yourself, and you know, you give out what you get back?
100%, yeah. That's like, it goes back to the energy thing, you know. So I feel like the energy, what you become is what you will get back. So I carry myself in a positive way. I try to give out love to the world, and then I receive love back. And if I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm not getting the energy I want, then I bounce.
You bounce.
You bounce. Sense, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in a respectable way, so no one feels like or violated or anything, you know. Like when the time is right, then I'll leave the conversation, or I'll try to change the conversation, or whatever. Try to change it in a more positive way, you know. So and I try not to engage into negative subjects or have negative people and being negative surroundings. So I think it's all about self-awareness. When you're aware of yourself as much as you can be, then it becomes easier to navigate through life.
So what would you say to the audience about what you, like TV, for example? Would you say TV is, or movies or certain things you watch can afflict your psyche, you as a person?
100%. Me, myself, I don't watch TV.
Right.
I don't watch TV.
I don't watch either.
Yeah, I'll watch a movie here and there, but I'm very selective of what I watch. So yeah, I don't watch like normal TV or yeah, I've only got really a TV in my house to just produce music.
Right. Because I believe that there is a correlation between what a person watches and how they think and how they feel. So I think touching on that, that's very good. So mental toughness, because you seem like an extremely mentally tough guy. How do you go about, you know, obviously every day is different. And this is out there for, you know, the people as well. Every day is different. Every day is a challenging day, or it could be a blessed day. God shine one day, and then next day you feel that maybe God is not around, and you ask yourself questions like, God, why is this happening to me? What advice would you give to the people watching on, you know, ups and downs? You know, good days, bad days.
Yeah, you just have to go through them. I think you just have to take both of them as they come, and understand it's what you need for your development. You know, and yeah, that's it. Sometimes it might seem tough, but you just always have to try to remember it's for your development. And like, I work out a lot, so I think that helps me as well. So working out, I think like you have to be moving. We're like beings of movement. We like the whole universe moves. So nothing stays still. So if you're staying still and not moving, then that's going to have an effect on your mental as well, you know. But yeah, I think it's just like understanding the thing of like dark and light, love and hate. You have to like pain, joy, yin and yang. You know, you just have to go through all the emotions. You have to go through the emotions. There's no way around it.
So, what advice would you give to men listening right now, as it pertains to, you know, the next 5 years, where at the moment it's quite unpredictable? We don't want to get into politics, but we certainly, you know, want the people to be aware of what they're watching. Sometimes they have no autonomy on what they watch. You know, for example, on YouTube, you'll have adverts coming up that you don't necessarily want to watch, but you have to. There's 2 seconds, 5-second videos that you have to watch, the adverts. Even on Instagram, have you noticed a change in the videos, you know, what people are exposed to?
Yeah, but I'll say try to spend less time on the social medias. Like that would be a good starting point, you know. Like the less time you spend on social media and spend more time in life, then that's a good starting point, you know.
Spend less time on social media and more time in social interactions with people. And this is why we've set up this Voice of Healing, Second Chances, because we believe that life is social. You know, we are a social being and we need people, much as, you know, the internet and, you know, the past pandemic years and years ago, you know, now we really need to come together, certainly as men. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what's your plans with the music or with the rap and with the acting.
Yeah, so with the music, I'm just making more songs. I'm about to go on tour soon, so I'm just trying to like get the tour together, trying to find the people that can help me put the tour together, to get the venues and stuff like that. So yeah, just making more music, more exposure and stuff like that. So
what's your vision in 5 years' time for yourself? Because vision is very important.
Of course, right? I don't really see it like as like 5 years, 6 years, or if like I see it as like I know where I'm going. Like I've seen myself on the biggest stages. I know I'm going to be the biggest artist, and it's just navigating through the route to get there. So yeah, so I've like from a long time, from an early age, I've seen myself. I'm a person where I see myself. I know where I'm at now, and I know where I'm going, and the final destination. But how I get there, that's something I have to navigate through, you know.
And the universe will open the way.
100%, you know. As long as I keep on moving, forward, and yeah, then that's it, you know. And I feel like you only lose when you stop. That's when you lose, you know. Yeah. Like it's not like that's like that, you know.
Yeah. So in effect, you're saying you don't see time, but you visualize what you're going to be or what you're going to become, which is so important, guys. Visualization. See it in your mind. I always tell my daughters, you know, what do you want to be? You know, a lot of guys, sometimes if you don't find the way, you know, it's also okay, but try your hardest really to try to find out who do I want to be and get the universe to mold you into that, and things will start to come. Mm-hmm. Little blessings will start to come. They start to flow into your life, little coincidences, and you'll be like, oh, hold on a minute, how's that happened? You know, what did I do to get this? But you know, if you really know what you want to be, brothers, I'm telling you, man, it takes time. It takes time to meditate. It takes time to deliberately get into that present place where you can absolutely focus on who you want to be. Mm. You know, even if it sounds way out there and people are laughing at you, because you know, how many of us know that people always try to put you down because they don't believe in you. Only you believe in yourself, and only you can push yourself where you want to push yourself to. So, you know, what advice on closing would you give to our audience, the young guys, you know, the 18s, you know, there's a lot of knife crime out there and stuff like this.
I would say, like, try different things. So if you don't know who you want to be or where you want to be, try different things. So try different things and see, like, so if you try different things, then one of them will make you feel a certain way more than the others. And then when that makes you feel a certain way, then go towards that. Yeah. So like say you might try making music, or maybe you want to be a lawyer, or just try different things. And then when you get like a good feeling for one of them things, then you go towards that, you know. Right. And sometimes that might change, but then you try other things, you know. But like you said, it's very important to know the direction that you're going. Yeah. You know? It's
so important, man.
It's so important.
Thank you so much.
No worries, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Godchild. VS Godchild.
Yeah.
So this guy, listen, guys, we're going to be hearing so much from him in the future. You know, log to this channel, subscribe, and certainly we're going to put his link down and some videos as well. You're going to see it, man. And we need guys like this who will speak to the young guys and show them and give them, you know, advice for the future and how to navigate through life, because, you know, how many of us know life can be challenging, but you know what? With God on your side, you can make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My bro.
Okay. Come on. Chasing the sun, chasing the sun. Feel the light, the race had begun. Chasing the sun, together we rise.